always want to lose a little bit of weight. Always, no matter what your body looks like.
Just want to lose like 5 pounds.
We think that's the answer.
Just want to lose like 5 pounds. Just want to lose like 5 pounds before lunch. So I can have more lunch.
Female comic shames her own thigh, and in doing so makes millions of women question their own thighs. Why can't you love your thighs?
Because I am a white woman, okay? We don't know. We haven't figured that out. Women of color, for a couple years now, have been like, this is a thigh. And society's been like, that is a thigh. We celebrate it. White women somehow are still like, I'm gonna shave it down. I'm gonna make it small.
Be small. I'm gonna fuse my rib cage to my shin, be Cajun shin, snip, snip. You won't even see it. I'm the crab woman, you won't even know it. No thighs, can't see them, can't be big. No thighs. If I walk, I'm gonna put my thighs in the background, put my tits in the foreground, I walk around like this. From here to here, I'm a woman, but from here to here, I want to be 10-year-old Japanese boy. Thin.
It's not enough to just be thin, right? You want to be the kind of thin where your friends are worried for you. So thin, horrible looking, stalking around Gap kids.
I wear a youth large, thank you.
Right? Fucking femur for days. Right? Mr. Peanut Legs coming out 6 seconds ahead of you. Like an R. Crumb comic, but thinner, right? Just walking around, baby stegosaurus spine, clothes hanging like moss off a willow tree, a fucking clavicle you can serve soup out of.
So happy.
A big part of the reason women don't hit on men is that women aren't seen as equal to men. Therefore, when we step out of a traditional feminine role and do something alpha and hit on a guy and he rejects us, it hurts that much more. And on a biological level, you know at your core, he's not rejecting you based on your shoes or your outfit. He's rejecting your eggs. You get up all this nerve to talk to a guy, you're like, excuse me, would you like my eggs? I don't want those fucking eggs. Please! I only have but a few. Women aren't seen as equal to men, so it's uncomfortable to hit on men. There's a lot more at risk for us. Maybe one day, in a utopia where men and women are considered equal, maybe one day we can hit on men unencumbered by self-esteem issues. But as it stands now, that's not something we can do. Our grandmothers didn't hit on men. Our mothers didn't hit on men. Maybe one day. Maybe my generation changes it. It's too late. But maybe my generation with the hashtags and the tweets, maybe we'll change it so that our great-granddaughters can hit on men. Yes, that's the dream, that we do the work now so that our great-granddaughters will know the thrill of hitting on a half-in-the-bag Guido outside a taco truck at 2 a.m. 'Tis but a dream. I think what bothered me about the whole thing is it was sexual rejection no matter how you slice it. And it bothered me because I wasn't saying, let's get married, let's make plans to meet my mom. It was a kiss. And so even though you denied the kiss, it's still denying me sexually, which is very uncomfortable for girls. We're not used to that. Again, guys get sexually rejected as it's part of being a guy. Like, you want it? Nope. Okay. Anyone else? Hey. One over here, dick over here, penis over there. 1, 2, 2, 2 over here, right here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, no. Sold. To the 7 in the corner with low standards. It was a mouth kiss. And you rejecting that is the equivalent of you being like, hey, Eliza, you see this? None for you. Let's talk about this for a second. Because every girl's seen this. I talked about this on my last special. Every girl's seen a guy do this. So I've done some thinking on the topic of this. And I want to let you girls know, because girls get offended, like, that's so gross. Why are you doing that at a family picnic? What are you doing? Girls, I want to give you some peace of mind and let you know that it actually has nothing to do with you. He would be doing this whether you were there or not. Take it as an insult, take it as a compliment, whatever you want. I don't have an issue that guys do this. My issue is that there's no reciprocation on the female end. Gentlemen, you'd be very upset if you were like laying in bed, ready to have sex, game's on pause, ready to go. And your girlfriend came out of the bathroom in just a t-shirt, no bottoms. Hey, babe. And she just did some sort of like weird vaginal puppetry. Hashtag vaginal puppetry. You'd be very upset if she just came out, she's like, babe! Hey! If there are any guys here not laughing, that's how we feel about that.
We're drunk and we're walking through Chinatown and we walk into a bar. I'm reticent to say that it's a club because I'm 33, but there was a dance floor and a DJ and I had on like a little bit of body glitter. Okay. Right about now, you're probably wondering, Eliza, why are you wearing body glitter? I will tell you, Chicago, because my date was late to pick me up. Gentlemen, you need to know this about women. When we get ready, we have a list of things we do to reach our most attractive point. There is an apex, nay, a pinnacle of beauty that women reach when they're getting ready. And every minute you're late to get us is one more minute we spend doubting ourselves, dicking with our makeup, and we get incrementally uglier as time goes on. One time, my date was an hour late, I grew a tail. This guy was only 30 minutes late, thank God. He walks in, I'm on the ground, there's caboodle shrapnel everywhere. I've got a Wet n Wild lip gloss wand. I'm like, I'm a pretty girl.
Save yourself.
But what happens is we have time, so we start to add things, doubt ourselves. That's where I found that glitter. I think he's not here. What's this? In hindsight, it wasn't body glitter. It was straight up craft glitter. But I was like, I'm gonna put it on my face, make it dainty. Do you ever feel that? Do you ever feel that you can make something work? Do you ever feel that because you're not trashy, you can pull off doing something that's trashy? You're like, I can wear fishnet stockings. I went to Stanford. Like, it's okay for some reason.
Went on a date recently. I made a real effort in my 30s, I'm 31, made a real effort to try to date normal guys. Because when you're in your 20s, you can date whoever you want, because you'll live forever and you're hot and you're in your 20s, right? You're like, what, you wanna go out? We're both carbon-based, let's do it. And it's like, fine. Try to make some responsible choices in my 30s. Recently, I went out with someone based solely on the way he was dressed. He was an accountant, but okay. Okay, I'll carry the conversation, that's fine. He had a plaid shirt, tucked into khakis. Okay, all right. Little nerdling, that's okay. Cell phone and a holster on his hip. Dad style. To the dads in the audience and subsequently watching this, what text is coming in so fast you have to have your hand ready, OK Corral style? The beginning of a relationship is exciting because it's brand new. You're both on your best behavior. It's still electric. You're not totally sure about the history of mental illness in each other's families. Like, it's fun. And the most nerve-wracking part of a new relationship when you're younger is the first time a boy comes over to your apartment. Because it's ostensibly like your girlfriend audition time. Like, you want him to come in and be like, oh, it's so homey, I'd like to stay forever. And you're like, yes, come closer. Like, that's what you want.
You try so hard in your 20s, right? Because you're young and it's fun. That's your 20s. In your 30s, you don't try. Your 30s, homeboy knocks on the door, you open it, you're standing there in combat boots, nothing else, and a garbage can on fire. You're like, welcome to Fuck Dome, Scott. Ticket? Okay, so. But it's interesting because in your 20s, it's a weird mental game. Boys coming over for the first time, you're trying to reconcile the beautiful home that your mother kept that you lived in growing up with the beautiful home that like Pinterest says you're supposed to have and the fact that you have no fucking money. So you're like, should I buy a rug or eat dinner? I don't know. Like, it's so hard. Boys coming over, you are cleaning like you've never cleaned before. And it's hard because women secretly are filthy. No one wants to laugh about it. Like, oh, not me. And no guy wants to imagine, like, no way, my girlfriend's so hot. Yeah? Yeah? You think you got a hot girlfriend? Check the center console of her car. She's owned that car for a decade. It's just every year the shit just piles up. You open that, you're like, I didn't know an Acura came with a time capsule. You just shut it. You open it again, you just hear, help! Like there's just something in there. It's our little filthy secret stockpile, right? It's a now that's what I call music CD in case they come back. Yeah, it's one of those cables that plugs from the tape player into the CD player. It's a spilled nail polish. It's like a little bit of weed dust. It's a Calgon body spray because you'd rather smell like a stripper than weed, right? It's a Lip Smackers Dr. Pepper flavor that's just lying there with a gash in the wax neck, like, tell my children I died well. Like, it's an iPhone 4 charger. It's some McDonald's napkins. It's a French fry.
When a girl knows that a guy's a little vulnerable and into her, we become like an evil witch in Enchanted Forest, and the guy becomes like the lost ingenue. We know, let's say your girlfriend just broke up with you. Let's say you were cheated on, you're a little wounded. We appear out of nowhere. You're sitting there like, oh, I hope I find a girl. And we out of nowhere are just like, hello. Apple. What's that? Yes, I used to work in a pharmacy. Whole new life for myself. And we start saying things to you to lure you in, like, yes, this way. Sports, I love sports. This way, come this way. Oh, yes. What, a relationship? Not me. No, I just want a fucking perpetuity until you grow tired of me. This way. Yes, what's that? Your ex-girlfriend, oh, she sounds like a bitch that I would love to fight with my shirt off. This way. This way to my gingerbread house. Yes. Yes. Come and nibble on the walls of my gingerbread house. Yes. What's that? Yes, it's a metaphor for my vagina. You're very clever. This way. This way.
A lot of times we see a guy that we think is cute and he doesn't notice us, so we have to make you notice us. A lot of times we get our girlfriend to help us. Every girl's done this. There's a boy over there you think is cute. You're like, come here. Come here. Do you see that guy? The guy over there. Over there. Over there. Do you see him? Do you see that guy? Are you looking? Do you see him? Don't look. Do you see him? Are you looking? Is he looking? He's looking. Start dancing. Keep talking. Say something funny. Just start talking so I don't look like a loser. Say something funny. You're trying to put out this vibe that you're so carefree, because you, and don't lie about this, you want him to look over and be like, oh, there will never be another. There has never been another. She is the one. You want him to be so taken, oh, she looks like she doesn't need a man. So carefree. I'm so carefree. I don't use condoms. So effortless. If you ever date a man that says he's an alpha, he's a beta. So, a lion doesn't tell you he's a lion. He just lets the girl hunt for him. Okay, so we look at everything. You think men judge women harshly. They do. But gentlemen, you have no idea what we're looking at.
We're judging your hair. We're judging your shoes. We scan you like Predator. Every atom, every molecule of your DNA, we go through it like scanning for physical abnormalities. Is he balding? Okay, but is it in a weird way? Is that a goatee? What's happening there? Is his shirt unbuttoned too low for his ethnicity? Is he wearing embroidered jeans? If so, is he a European male or just someone from Arizona? Like, we go through it. We go through it. I think it's creepy. I think there's something a little eerie about a bride. If I describe to you a bride independent of the context of a wedding,
Dun, 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 dun. Ra-ta-ta-ta. Yan, ta-ta-ta. 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 Ran-ta-ta-ta.
Be mine forever! Till death do us part.
the pace with which the bride walks is unnerving, right? You don't tend to see this gait independent of a haunting. However, the bride moving slowly is the least creepy of the options, because let me ask you this, Nashville. What's creepier, okay? A veiled woman walking towards you at this pace? Or this running at you?
Yeah! What happened to that bride? I don't know, she jumped into that mirror.